What's up, YouTube? Thank you guys for tuning into my channel today. How are you guys doing? First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post my next video. Okay, first things first. How to know when to let go when you're in a toxic relationship. So you've already identified that you're in a toxic relationship. So how do you know when it's time to let go? Think about some of the things that you may be going through and say, hey, am I worth more? Because sometimes when you're trying to exit a toxic relationship, or you may not want to exit a toxic relationship, you love that person so much, you just keep thinking and believing that things are going to get better. In actuality, they're really not. Even though you want it to, there's a slim chance to none that things will get better or the toxic person will change. You will be constantly on that same cycle of abuse. So these are some of the signs to know that, hey, you know what? It's time to let go. One day, in my toxic relationship, I looked in the mirror and it was like I did not know who I was anymore. I didn't know who I was. It was just like the Somalia that I had been trying to develop just did not exist. And I didn't even know how to begin to get her back. So I felt like I just needed to build a new Somalia. I did not recognize myself anymore. My light was gone. My joy was gone on the inside. And I didn't realize it. And I just looked in the mirror and I was like, who am I? I had conformed. And mind you, when you in a relationship, compromise is totally okay. There's things that you should compromise, but you should not compromise who you are as a person, what you like to watch, things that you like to say, laughs that you like to make, people that you like to talk to. Now, sometimes people aren't adding value to your life and friends, and those people need to go. But some things you just don't do anymore. You don't work out anymore. You don't laugh anymore. You don't have that gut that good happiness, that feeling inside anymore. When I look in the mirror after I had exited my toxic relationship, I was like, who are you? Who are you? So you totally lose yourself. And even though it may be hard for you to let go, and if you're not ready to let go, at least start grasping and realizing who you are again and what makes you happy. Say the things that you want to say. Because in my toxic relationship, I could not voice my opinion. Like, it was just kind of like, this is how I feel. I couldn't state how I felt. I could, but it was never understood. I don't know what you're talking about. No, that's not me. That's you. No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's you. That's you. That's not me. I don't understand. Nope, I don't understand. I'm like, so it made you feel weird. It made you feel like you were in a mental confusion constantly. I was always confused. I was always scared to say, you hurt my feelings when you did this, because honestly, they don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care. And it's just like, so then I silenced myself and I closed my throat chakra. My whole throat chakra was gone because I didn't speak. I didn't speak up for myself. And when I tried to, it was always turned around like I was the dumb person. So I just stopped. And that's not who I was. I love voicing my opinion. I love talking. I want to be able to communicate with someone I'm with. But when you're not able to communicate with someone you're with, you're constantly silencing yourself. And I was telling a friend and my healer once that I would have dreams of screaming in my sleep, but nothing was coming out. And so just total losing yourself. Total loss of self. I didn't know who I was anymore. So that's a sign that it may be time for you to let go or start grasping and gathering yourself and learning how to get yourself back to the things that you love the most. And that's what they loved about you anyway, but you start conforming and changing for some reason and you need to get it back. Get it back. Get yourself back. Get to your worth. Know your worth. Know who you are and things that you love that make your soul happy. Get back to that, all right? So when you lay down at night and you are next to someone, do you feel lonely? That's a sign. If you're going to feel lonely when you go to bed at night, it's time for you. You might as well be alone, you know? And being lonely and feeling lonely is just kind of a hard feeling for women and men, I'm sure. But it's kind of like, well, I'll just stay here because I don't want to be by myself. Or I'll just stay here because I love this person and maybe tomorrow or next week will be better. But sometimes things never get better, and sometimes it do get better, but it always goes back to the same thing. And when you cannot communicate with someone and someone is not dealing and communicating you with your true feelings, you're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel lonely. And if you're feeling that way, that's a sign that you need to let go or start doing things that's going to fulfill you. I'm not saying pack up and leave. I'm saying it's time for you to get back to yourself. If you're feeling lonely, you need to start doing things that's going to feel you yourself. Okay? So, mental confusion is what I lived in. I was totally confused all the time. I was totally questioning myself. I was scared to speak. It was like I was constantly walking on eggshells. I was questioning everything I did, how I wore my hair, how I smiled, if I looked at someone, everything, mainly my speech, what I said. Little things were made fun of, little things were degraded. How I ate or how I ordered my food was even critiqued. Everything I did was kind of like made like a little small joke. So it's just like me in my mind, it's like I would never do that to a person, but that's just me. You know, and so you need to kind of vibrate with someone that's kind of on that same frequency as you, because your feelings could be hurt, and walking on constant eggshells is miserable. Do you hear me? It's miserable because you never know what you're going to wake up to. I could wake up to, hey, Samanya, how you doing? My baby, boo, boo, boo. I am the baddest bitch in the world. Then the next day I could wake up and it's nothing. Or I could be I'm telling you, you never know. And that will leave you in a state of confusion and turmoil in your brain. Who wants to live in that type of turmoil? That's mentally turmoil. Mental turmoil is horrible because walking on eggshells and like, oh, yesterday he was sweet. Did I say something wrong? What did I say yesterday? He's not acting like he was today. Come on, y'all. Let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's time. And it's a hard thing to do sometimes as far as women and men, when you truly, 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 truly love someone with everything, your all, but it's just miserable at the same time. If you are living in a constant state of confusion, that's toxic, and it's time to let it go. Okay? So, constantly apologizing. I found myself constantly apologizing for things did I do that move on? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do, because I was so into trying to make sure that he was happy. I was constantly apologizing for shit that didn't even matter really. But I just wanted to make sure he was appeased. So really, mainly, my whole being left because I was trying to make sure the person was appeased or the person was happy. I was, and I was doing things that I love. Don't get me wrong. When I woke up in the morning, I made sure he had coffee, hot tea, whatever the case may be. When he woke up, if he needed breakfast before I went to work, he had breakfast. If he needed lunch, I made breakfast and lunch. I was that girl. Yes, I was that girl. Breakfast, lunch, I would fix myself different dinner, his son a different dinner, it was just, I just did what I needed to do, and I loved doing it. But sometimes doing all those things is still not enough. all those things. You can supply all of that, your heart, mind, body, and soul, but it may not be enough. You're still living in a constant state of confusion. But I know I did what I needed to do to make him happy. But it was just constant tiptoeing and tap dancing to make sure. And at the end of the day, it still wasn't. It still wasn't. So what do? You let it go. I know sometimes it's hard, women and men, but you have to know your value. You have to know that that is not what true love is. You have to know that when you're in a relationship, you should be able to talk to them. You shouldn't have to wake up and be worried about if it's something that you said yesterday. You shouldn't have to wake up and be walking on eggshells. That is not a true, real relationship. That is what you call toxic. And grab yourself, take a grip and say, you know what? All right, who am I, first of all? Go back to the things that you love to do and start doing it. And if it upset them, it's okay. This is that person that you were when y'all first start dating, that's who they love anyway. What you're trying to be now is somebody that you think that they want you to be. Just be who you are. They're gonna be mad regardless. So you might as well find happiness in yourself. And if you're going to bed and you're feeling lonely at night, start doing things that make you happy. Fulfill yourself and your dreams if you're going to stay in that predicament. And on one of my next videos, I'm going to talk to you about the gift of goodbye. But right now, these are the signs that let you know it's time for you to let it go. Just another love TKO. So thank you guys for tuning in my channel today. Make sure you please share with anyone that may have some similar issues, because I have a whole lot of videos in store for you guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, hit that bell. And if you want to contact me, email me at sermunya@gmail.com. Thank you guys. Peace.